fearful man is a controlled man. And when you are controlled, you are no threat. You are no challenge. This is not a game, this is war. A war for your mind, your future, your legacy. If you do not fight back, if you do not reclaim your power, you will be swallowed whole by the system. Look around you. You are surrounded by slaves. Men who are too weak, too blind, too broken to see the chains around their necks. You think you're free? You're not. You're a puppet, a pawn, a disposable tool in a system that laughs at your existence. The only way out? Burn their script, destroy their control, take what's yours. But most of you, you'll do nothing. And that's why you'll be forgotten. The world you live in is a lie. Every second of your existence, you are being manipulated, controlled, and conditioned into a weak, obedient cog in a system that was never designed for you to win. They don't care about justice. They don't care about truth. They only care about power, who holds it, who controls it, and who dares to challenge it. If you step out of line, if you refuse to kneel, they will hunt you, silence you, and twist reality itself to paint you as the villain. They can make the innocent look guilty and the guilty look innocent. Because the world isn't run by morality, it's run by perception. And the masses, the weak, brainwashed cattle, they eat it up like a gourmet meal, swallowing whatever the media feeds them without a second thought. You've seen it happen in real time. They came after me because I refused to bend. I refused to comply. I refused to be the obedient little puppet that nods his head and regurgitates their garbage. And for that, they branded me the most dangerous man on the planet. Not because I committed crimes, not because they had a single shred of evidence, but because I speak the truth. And the truth is the single most dangerous weapon against the system. You have seen it with your own eyes. 3 years of investigations, every government agency you can name, every media outlet spinning their lies, every legal trick in the book, and still they have nothing. No victims, no charges that hold up, no actual crime, just a relentless assault designed to destroy my name, my influence, my freedom. Because they know that if I stand, men will stand. And if men stand, they lose control. They don't want strong men. They don't want men who think for themselves, who fight back, who build, who conquer. They want slaves, weak, feminized, distracted, spineless slaves who apologize for their own existence, who bow their heads and say, "Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir. Please don't cancel me, sir. Look around you." Men today are shells of what they were meant to be. They are taught to be soft, to be docile, to be afraid of confrontation, to seek validation from people who despise them. They are told that masculinity is toxic, that ambition is oppression, that abandon at taking control of your own life makes you a bad person. They have rewritten the script of manhood and turned it into a joke. And if you don't wake up, if you don't reclaim what it means to be a man, you will be just another cog in the machine, another faceless nobody who lived and died without ever truly living. The truth is this: no one is coming to save you. No government, no corporation, no institution, no woman, no politician. You are alone in the battlefield of life, and the only weapon you have is your mind, your discipline, your ability to resist the programming they force feed you every single day. They want you afraid of thinking for yourself, afraid of speaking up, afraid of consequences, because a fearful man is a controlled man. And when you are controlled, you are no threat. You are no challenge. You are a walking corpse, a disposable peasant who lives for their entertainment. This is not a game, this is war. A war for your mind, your future, your legacy. If you do not fight back, if you do not reclaim your power, you will be swallowed whole by the system, and you will die with nothing, no money, no respect, no purpose, no impact, just another name on a tombstone, forgotten before the dirt has even settled. And that is exactly what they want. But you have a choice. You can accept the lie and stay a slave, or you can wake up and take what is yours. The world is built by the strong. Power belongs to those who seize it. And the first step, rejecting their control. Refusing to be another puppet. You must unlearn their conditioning, break free from their chains, and build yourself into a man they fear. Because when they fear you, and when they cannot control you, you have already won. You need to understand something. This world is not designed for you to be strong. It is not designed for you to be powerful, to be competent, to be a leader. It is built to break you, to strip you of your aggression, your ambition, your instinct to dominate. Every force in society is engineered to turn you into a weaker, softer, more obedient version of yourself, because the moment you become a real man, you become a threat to their system. A man who thinks for himself, a man who refuses to kneel, a man who will not be controlled. He is the single greatest danger to the world they are trying to create. The world has fed you a fairy tale about life, about success, about what it takes to win. And you you've been swallowing it like a fool. Do you think life is about comfort, about being happy, about avoiding pain? That's the biggest con job ever sold to humanity. And you don't get stronger by sitting in a room full of comfort. You don't get smarter by avoiding pain. You don't become successful by waiting for life to hand it to you on a silver platter. You get there by fighting, by grinding, by becoming a warrior in a world that's trying to keep you weak. Hey, think about it. When a rocket is breaking through the atmosphere, does it stop halfway and take a break? It doesn't say, oh, this is tough. I'll just float here for a while. No, it powers through with every ounce of energy it has. It keeps going until it breaks free. That's how you need to be. Relentless. Unstoppable. Because the world will not hand you freedom, you have to take it. You want to succeed. You want to be rich. You want to have power, influence, and control over your own destiny. Then you have to suffer. You have to be willing to do what the weak refuse to do. That's the mental model. That's the game. People complain about pain like it's some kind of curse. They say, oh, my life is so hard. Bad things keep happening to me. Why me weak? That's weak thinking. That's the thinking of a man destined for nothingness. You know who doesn't cry about pain? Winners, champions, the people who run the world. Pain isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. It's your ally. You think men become great without pain? Every king, every warrior, every emperor in history was built by pain. They didn't wake up one day, stretch their arms and say, I think I'll be successful today. No, they fought, they struggled, they bled, and they won. You either take your pain and use it to become unbreakable, or you let it crush you like the weak little soul the world wants you to be. There is no middle ground. If people chase happiness like it's the goal, like it's the point of life, what a joke. Happiness is temporary, it's fleeting. You don't need happiness, you need purpose. You need struggle. That's where real satisfaction comes from. They think of the strongest moments in your life, the times you felt like a god. Were they times of comfort? Or were they times when everything was handed to you? No, they were the times you overcame. When you faced something that should have broken you, and you stood up anyway. When you walked through fire and came out on the other side as a beast. That's why men who chase easy lives are always miserable. That's why the guy who parties every night, drowns himself in alcohol, and plays video games all day is depressed as hell. Is doing what he was told would make him happy, but he's empty inside. Because he's not struggling, he's not fighting, and deep down, he knows it. You need struggle, you need resistance, you need something to wake up for every single day and dominate. Otherwise, you're wasting your time on this earth. Let me tell you something, fun is a scam. Every time someone says, come on bro, let's do this, it'll be fun, you should stop and think, will it make me better? Will it make me stronger? Will it make me richer? Most of the time, the answer is no, because fun is a distraction. It's a trap set by the weak to keep you weak, to keep you soft. You think billionaires waste time chasing fun? You think the most powerful men in the world are out partying every night? No, they're obsessed with winning. They're focused. They're addicted to progress. That's why they own everything while the rest of the world is busy getting drunk and wasting time. And next time someone tells you to have fun, ask yourself, is this helping me dominate life? If not, cut it out. But make no mistake, we are at war. A war for your mind, a war for your soul. The world doesn't want you to be strong. It doesn't want you to be dangerous. It wants you weak, lazy, dependent. That's why they feed you distractions. That's why they push comfort on you. Because a weak man is an easy man to control. Just look around. Who runs the world? The strong, the ones who are willing to do what the weak wouldn't. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there consuming garbage, wasting your time, waiting for a miracle? Or are you going to rise up and fight? Are you going to build yourself into a man of power? The strongest men on this planet have one thing in common: their minds are weapons. They don't let emotions control them. They don't let circumstances define them. They don't make excuses. They take every single challenge and use it. You got problems? Good, solve them. You got haters? Perfect. Proof you prove them wrong. You feel like giving up? Too bad. Get up and keep going. A real man wakes up every day with a fire inside him. He doesn't need motivation. He doesn't need inspiration. He is driven by the desire to conquer, to dominate, to become the best version of himself. You think I made it here by accident. You think success just happened to me. No, I designed my mind to be this way. I built my mental model from the ground up. At the end of the day, you have two choices, two roads. One is easy. It's the road of mediocrity, of weakness, of excuses. It's the road most people take because it's comfortable. And do you know where that road leads? Nowhere. The other road is pain. It's sacrifice. Let me tell you something right now. Your life is a reflection of the people you keep around you. Look around. Who do you spend your time with? Who do you call your friends? If they are weak, if they are losers, if they make excuses, then you are on the path to destruction. Listen, the easiest way to know if someone will betray you is to analyze their character. Are they weak or are they strong? Weak people will betray you every single time. Every single time. I've seen it happen over and over again. If they have a weakness for gambling, they will steal your money. If they have a weakness for women, they will sleep with your girl. If they have a weakness for power, they will throw you under the bus the moment they get a chance. Weakness is a disease, a virus, and if you allow it into your circle, you will suffer the consequences. This is why rich men, powerful men, successful men do one thing better than anybody else. They curate their life. They build their world exactly how they want it to be. When you are broke, when you are a nobody, you have no choice. You are forced to exist among losers, to talk to people you do not respect, to tolerate conversations you do not care about. You have to interact with the weak because you don't have the power to ignore them. But when you are at the top, when you are successful, you can set the world on fire and walk away. You can choose who enters your circle, who speaks to you, and who even gets a response from you. This is the power of winning. This is the power of strength. Now, let me explain to you why I despise weak people. It's very simple. They are liars. A liar has no place in your circle. A liar is worse than an enemy, because an enemy you can see, but a liar sits beside you and waits for the right moment to strike. Weak people are liars because their entire life is built on a lie. They pretend they are happy. They pretend that strength doesn't matter. They pretend that success is luck. They tell themselves stories to justify their failure. And if a man will lie to himself, what makes you think he will ever tell you the truth? Let's go deeper. Think about this. If you have a friend who is weak, mentally, physically, emotionally, what happens when life applies pressure? What happens when the world tests him? He folds, he crumbles, he betrays you, because a weak man is only loyal when it is convenient. He is your friend when times are easy, but the moment things get tough, he will sell you out to save himself. Weak men are cowards, and cowards cannot be trusted. This is why I only associate with strong men. A strong man is someone who has suffered, who has been through hardship, who has looked adversity in the face and refused to quit. A strong man is someone who will stand beside you in battle, who will fight when others flee, who will take the pain, take the pressure, and never bend. That is the man you need in your life. And here's the best part. Strength is easy to build. Strength is a choice. It is not luck. It is not given. It is earned. You don't need a degree. You don't need connections. You need discipline. You need work ethic. You need to decide that you are done being weak, done making excuses, done being surrounded by people who pull you down instead of push you up. If you are surrounded by weak people, you have already lost, because you will become like them. Birds of a feather flock together. You cannot be strong if everyone around you is weak. You cannot be disciplined if everyone around you is lazy. You cannot win if everyone around you is comfortable with losing. So, here is my challenge to you. Look at your circle, audit your friends. Ask yourself, if life got hard tomorrow, if everything fell apart, if you needed warriors beside you, who would stand and who would run? If the answer is not obvious, you are keeping the wrong people around you. Weakness is contagious. Strength is a choice. Make the right one. Let's get one thing straight. Your life is war. And in war, the people by your side will determine if you win or lose. So tell me, are you rolling with warriors or with cowards? Because if you have cowards in your ranks, you are already dead. A weak man will always find a way to fail you. Always. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but on a long enough timeline, his weakness will become your downfall. You cannot afford to let that happen. I've seen it firsthand, I've lived it. I have given chances to weak men, and every single time I regretted it. Because a weak man will betray you over nothing. A weak man will switch sides for a quick gain.